Hello guys, welcome back once again to my channel where we give you updates on Nigerians and immigration news. All right, so a 36-year-old Nigerian permanent US resident will be deported after he was convicted and serving a 75-month jail term in the United States of America. So this guy has lost it all because of fraud. Now, here I usually tell people that this fraud that you are doing, don't think that people may not find out one day. Even those, if the US go as far as extraditing those in Nigeria. Now, remember how sophisticated and how, what we like, Urua, Nigeria is, and some places where you can even go and hide. But despite all this, US still catch people who do fraud in Nigeria, who defraud their citizens in America. So what about you that is in US? You are there doing fraud and you think you'll not be caught? My brother, come on, think again, man. Except you have signed up for that. But in the case of this very guy now, he did not just go to prison. He's also losing his, residence in the US and also going to be deported to Nigeria. So he will start life again. Now, if he's married in the US and the wife remains there, I even heard that the wife was also sentenced to prison because of her role in making sure that they defrauded some Americans. I never knew that this fraud could be called catfishing. I thought it was just that catfish that we usually eat that is catfish. I never knew that it has another meaning. My God. Now, Nigerian permanent US resident to be deported after serving 75-month jail sentence for catfishing schemes and identity theft in the US. Let's get into details. Now, they said that the United States Department of Justice has disclosed that a Nigerian, Edwin Okoronkwo, who was sentenced to 75 months imprisonment for defrauding some Americans, will be deported after completing his jail term. Very sad for him. Very, very unfortunate for him. Okoronkwo was said to have connived with his wife. They both did this thing together in agreement with the wife, Julie Okoronkwo, who was also sentenced to 25 months imprisonment for her role in the catfishing scheme that targeted unsuspecting Americans. The conviction was contained in a statement obtained by Punch Metro from the U.S. Department of Justice website on Thursday. Now, they said that the statement disclosed that the convicts, who were permanent residents of the U.S., used stolen identities to disguise themselves as a high-ranking member of the U.S. military to defraud their victims. Now, it seems that the Americans love U.S. military personnel so much because majority of the people who have seen, scamming their victims in all these Western countries are always U.S. military personnel. They will tell you that, oh, we are deployed. If not now that they have finished the fight in Afghanistan, oh, they would have told you they are always using this Afghanistan. That time when the US troops were there, they always get one particular picture of a person and be using it secretly to scam a woman, especially women in the US, or even men. They take a woman's picture and scam men. Take a man's picture and scam women in the US. And those ones will be paying and they'll be telling them, oh, once I'm back from service, of course, honey, we're getting married and all this and all that. That one we never know that he or she is dealing with a fraudster somewhere, either in the US or even in Nigeria. That's how it works. And a lot of people has fallen victim of this very method. It also noted that to make their scam real, Julie often used phone calls to lure the victims into believing the authenticity of their claims. The convicts were said to have obtained money from their victims through postal services. The statement read, listen, Edwin Okoronkwo, a citizen of Nigeria and a lawful permanent resident of the United States, and his spouse, Julie Okoronkwo, residing in Nebraska, used catfishing schemes to obtain money from victims via the internet. In doing so, they convinced victims to send money using false online social media personas. That is, this Facebook still works. Facebook still works. Some people use Facebook, some use other social media handles to still scam these people. They send them messages, So now it seems that the wife was the one making the calls, using her woman voice to convince those men. All right, convince those men. Of course, they are living in the US. Before they could get a permanent residency, the wife must have integrated into the system, speaking like them and all that. So when this woman opens her voice and say, oh, come on, all this kind of stuff, they will believe automatically that, oh, this is real, not knowing that these are scammers, husband and wife. Now, in some instances, they claimed to be high-ranking members of the United States military on overseas missions. Through the catfishing schemes, victims from all over the country were tricked into sending money through the United States Postal Service and other commercial carriers such as FedEx and UPS. Julie Okoronkwo contacted catfishing victims over the phone to further convince them of the legitimacy of their need for cash, and obtained from her workplace a hospital victim's means of identification, including their social security number and Nebraska driver's license information. The statement noted that following the arrest and prosecution, Julie was sentenced to 25 months in prison on January 10th, while Edwin was sentenced to 75 months in prison on January 29 by a U.S. district judge. The judge also ordered Edwin to pay restitution to the tune of $342,533 US dollars to some of the victims, a supervised release for 3 years, and deportation. Wow. So my question now is, if he's deported, does he have the right to return to the US? Please let me know. For those of you who are watching us from the US, let us know. Will he have the right to return to the US after being deported to Nigeria? Now, United States Attorney Susan T. Lair announced that Edwin Okoronkwo, aged 36 years old, of Nigeria, was sentenced on January 29, 2025 in federal court in Omaha, Nebraska for conspiracy to commit mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. United States District Judge Brian C. Buska sentenced Okoronkwo to 75 months imprisonment, and there is no parole in the federal system. After his release from prison, Okoronkwo will be placed on a 3-year term of supervised release and will be deported by immigration authorities. Okoronkwo was also ordered to pay restitution of $342,535 to 7 victims as a result of his crimes. Julie Okoronkwo was previously sentenced to imprisonment for 25 months by U.S. District Judge Buska on January 10, 2025. Judge Buska stated at Edwin Okoronkwo's sentencing hearing that the crimes were truly a tragedy for the victims, the statement noted. This is how these two people, this husband and wife, this family, I'm not sure whether they have kids, are going to, prison. Both of them has gone to prison now. What a shame. Husband and wife. So as big as the US is, as cool as the US is, as bold as the opportunities are over there in the US, it is only fraud that you guys have made up your mind to do. Well done, we are greeting your your intellectual ability to scam people. So what is the gain now, since they have been caught now? Everything now, done through away. I'm not sure whether you are having fun with the money you scammed from these people. Guys, that's it. Let me know your opinion. Scam does not pay. Wayo does not pay. Please go and do something legit. Don't forget to use tap send to send money to your loved ones in Nigeria. And as you are downloading it, please don't forget to use my promo code, which is Critics News, right there on the screen. Put it in there and you are going to get all the benefits that they are offering to people who use my promo code. I'll see you guys on the next one. And the app is available on App Store and Google Play Store. Bye-bye.